to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Eccles.
And we are back. Once again, we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. And joining me today is everyone's favorite Canadian.
Oh, no. The only Canadian.
Great. Everyone's tuning out now. Okay. Now, joining me today, I have Lisa. And we'll just keep you anonymous, besides just Lisa.
For now.
For now. So I have Lisa with us today, and occasionally I can convince people to come on in here and, talk with me. Usually it's just me ranting into the mic. This one will probably get a ton of downloads, where the other one's not so much.
Because there's a Canadian?
Because there's someone else in here that they get to listen to. And I've been doing this podcast for for probably 9 years. And I've already talked about everything 4 times. So this is nice when I can I can trap someone and convince them to come in here and join. So Lisa is, let's back this up a minute. Old school podcast, Todd used to start the podcast by talking about the news. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the news today, but we do have a question that we ask. And I know you listen to some of the podcasts. Sometimes I've got away from this, but I always like to ask, what have you done in the last couple weeks that has been Second Amendment related?
Taking your class.
There you go. That's perfect.
No, ordering the platypus.
Ooh, she's jumping ahead already. I love it. So yes, she's ordered I've brought her over to the dark side.
And I didn't even know what I was getting into.
No, but it's phenomenal. Did you see the shirt I'm wearing today?
I did. Yep.
That is.
I'm ordering 3.
Dude, they make a plushie.
They do?
They have a platypus plushie now.
I'm going to need that too.
So you got to get, and they have a quilted bag for the gun that says platypus on it.
Is this all on their website?
Yes.
Oh.
And cool stickers, and they have patches.
You're going to have to get me some.
Yeah, I know.
I spent enough there already, but.
Oh, you'll spend more. By the time the gun gets to you, because it's a special order gun, it'll be here in 6 months.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
Which seems like forever.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time the gun gets here, you'll have recouped all that money.
I kind of forget about it.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Once it's gone, it is gone. So I'm trying to think about, I got a couple PSAs here real quick. Something I did want to talk about on the podcast. So if you guys follow the social media pages at all, you'll see on Instagram and Facebook, I put up a post. Now, I tend to put up this post every year or so, every couple years, and it's a good reminder for everyone. Unfortunately, we had not Patriot Defense, but here in the Magic Valley, there was another group of instructors that they had a class. And unfortunately, there was a gentleman that ended up shooting himself, I believe, in the leg, from what I have heard. Now, this never hits the news. I don't know why. We get some stupid news stories coming out of the valley, but when you have something like this, it never hits the news, which is wild to me. So I've had to I'll be honest, I've had to piece this together the best I could, right? We had this happen a few years ago as well. But this is a different group. The other group has since gone out of business. And this gentleman shot himself in the leg. Now, from what I've been told, it was when he was working with his holster. Was he drawing the gun? Was he reholstering? I don't know. It could happen anytime. I always tell everyone that when I teach that in my classes that to draw, this is the best time for you to shoot yourself, because this is this is when it's going to happen, right? And I don't know the ins and the outs, and I don't know their instructor ratio to student ratio type of thing. I wasn't there. But here's what I want to tell everyone. Pay attention. If you go and you take a class from someone, know who the instructor is, do your homework, research it on social media, ask other people that have taken the class, and just learn about it. Find out, do they carry insurance? That's an important thing. Are they safe? What's their history? What's their background? What's their experience? Have they trained anyone before, or is this their first class? Right? You don't want to teach that probably on your first class. and just ask yourself, ask around, and make sure that's who you want to go to. Now, I tell everyone this as well, that if you are in a class, I know people pay good money to go to classes, and I expect this in mind. Even if someone is paid to take my class, if at any time in that class you feel unsafe or like something bad is happening or you disagree with what's happening, you reserve the right to get up and leave. And I would leave. Protect yourself, and then if you want to chase your money later on, you can do that at a different time. But just be aware, be safe, pay attention to what is going on around you, and just, like I said, obey those safety rules. And this is typically, if you were to see a story on this, they'd list this as what they call an accidental discharge. There are no accidents. They are all negligent. A gun, unless it's a SIG P320, does not fire itself, okay? When a gun goes off and someone gets hurt, they say, oh, they accidentally got hurt. Well, maybe they accidentally got hurt, but the gun didn't accidentally go off. Someone did what? They forgot, or they disobeyed one of the 4 safety rules. The gun was what? Pointed at someone or themselves. The trigger was pressed somehow, so that finger wasn't off the trigger, right? So they started breaking safety rules. And so whenever that happens, we call that a negligent discharge. Negligent discharges are 100% avoidable 100% of the time. And that's just kind of like what I like to throw out there. And I would honestly, I'm going to jinx myself. But
you better knock on wood.
If something were like that to happen in my class, I would like someone to come and question me as well, right? What happened? Because I'll be honest with you, I haven't had any troubles in the 14 or 15 years I've been doing this. Now, I've had people shoot the ground, right? I've had people shoot the ground in between the firing line and the target. I've had people shoot the ground. I've had that happen. Like it's a thing that happens, right? And I've done some whole podcasts on it saying, hey, I made a mistake. I was wrong. I should have been paying attention. Like, I'll come out and admit. So they are all negligent, and they need to, hopefully, the place where this happened reassesses how they did stuff, and they take some responsibility, which I'm sure they will, and they try to make it a safer environment for their students. I know I'm constantly in my classes every year. I'm constantly looking at something and going, how can I make that better? How can I make that safer? Could I have done that differently? Could I bring more people in? Right? I mean, for example, Lisa, you're taking the beginning women's shooting academy class. We learned to draw the other day, right?
Yep. And
I was unable to get any help, and so I did that class myself, and that's a big class.
Yeah, it is a big one.
It's a big class. So what I did was I put out the text message to the group. Hey, if you guys want to start coming an hour earlier, you don't have to all be here at the same time. Spread it out, because I'm going to have one person at a time do this, right? And so that's the way I worked that. I looked at it, I examined it, I found it a more efficient, safer way to do it. And you saw some of the people draw their guns, right?
Yeah, it's a little scary.
It can be. It can be a little scary.
There's also a lot more involved than it looks.
And that's exactly what you said. Yeah, it's not.
It was harder than I thought.
And a lot of people actually. This is funny, and you might find this interesting. A lot of people will actually carry a gun. They'll come and they'll get their permit, which you don't even have to have in Idaho. They'll come get their permit.
I do.
And it's fantastic. But they will carry that gun every day to use it to protect themselves, and they'll never figure out they'll never try to take it.
And they don't
out.
know how to actually do it.
They don't know how to actually draw the gun. And as you saw in class, there's a lot of bad things that can really happen. Like, as far as there's a lot of missteps you can make. You can point it at yourself, point it at your hand. There's a lot of things that can go down.
Getting your shirt caught.
I've seen people draw their guns and their holster comes out with their gun. Oh, no. And that's when you learn. You really learn at that point how good or bad your equipment is. And I've seen a lot of, in fact, there's a handful of ladies in my two women's classes that they're like, they're rethinking their external safety. Mm-hmm. The gun that you're using my platypus. It has to have one. That's just the way that gun is built. But some of them have like shields, or they have the SIG P365, and they actually can choose to buy it with a safety or without a safety. When people are new to guns, they'll get one with a safety. It seems better, and there's nothing wrong with it. You just have to train for it. Some of those safeties are not very easy to kick on and off with your thumb there.
Well, and that's an extra step you need to remember.
It is, and you have to train for it. And some of these women are like, "Oh, I think I should just buy another gun." And I'm like, "I think you should. I wish I could sell one to you."
Yeah.
So, well,
I still can't decide which holster I want.
well, you got to get your gun first. Well,
Wow.
actually, let's talk about this for a minute.
Okay.
So you showed up. We're going to give a little backstory here.
Oh, no.
Okay, and I think I actually talked about you on the podcast already.
Yeah, you name dropped me once.
I name dropped you. So you showed up to class. I didn't have any idea who you were, right? You just signed up. Did you sign up early? Did you sign up toward the end? And how did you hear about me?
I don't remember when I signed up. I think I just emailed you and you said,
Here you go.
I kind of, yeah.
That's kind
I
of
don't
the
know.
way I do everything.
My coworker actually told me about you.
That's right.
Tara.
Yes, we just actually just found out a couple days ago.
Yep.
So you showed up and you headed down to the far end of the table.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I was walking away.
So you got this gun. And what gun did you bring? It was a 40 cal.
Was it the... Oh, it was.
It's the 40
It
cal.
was. My husband sent me with that one.
When I saw you with the 40 cal, I was like, oh, no. Oh, no.
In a bad way?
No, not that 40 cals are bad, but they have a snap to them.
They're fine.
They're fine, but you don't have to shoot them.
I know.
And I was talking to you, and we were kind of working on. I was like, "Oh, that's 40 cal, have fun." No, and you were and you told me that you have a goal, right? And your goal is you want to
Go into law enforcement.
go into law enforcement.
Once I'm a citizen.
And because I asked you why you chose a 40 cal, and you said because I want to go into law enforcement, and then I let you know that
You don't need them.
you don't need 40
Nope.
cals. They use 9mm now, so so you show back up with a 9mm.
Yeah, the Glock.
The Glock. Did you go out and buy that, or did you already have that?
No, we had it already.
I was gonna say, I hope you didn't go out. And
No,
buy
we
it.
had it already.
Because then you started shooting it, and you're like, I don't like this either.
Maybe I'm just picky.
No, you're not. You're a gun snob like me.
Instantly. That was what, 2 classes in?
Did I let you shoot anything else, or did I just hand you that?
No,
Say,
you
try-
just gave me that one, the
Oh,
platypus.
I'm so
you went
sorry.
straight to that.
I'm so sorry.
This is your fault.
Do you regret it? Do you regret it?
No, I don't.
Yeah, and your husband's probably looking forward to getting his hands on it too.
Yeah, I think so. He helped me pick all the colors and stuff.
Oh, did he? See, he's designing his own as we speak, probably.
Better not be. He already had to press the checkout button.
So it's easier for he's already done it once. It's easier for him to hit the
Oh,
checkout
no.
button again.
No, we only need one.
Okay.
Mine.
Oh, yours. So that's kind of how you ended up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you ended up ordering the platypus. And now she's essentially, I think she owns half of mine. I'm not
think
sure.
I've shot it more than you.
show up, and everyone has. You probably the most. So you show up and use that gun all the time, which is fine. It's make it dirty so I can clean it.
I already did, didn't I?
Oh yeah, I've cleaned it a few times. So okay, well let's get into this. Let's talk about our favorite Canadian.
Oh boy.
So I'll just paint a picture. So I don't know your story. You don't have to get into nitty gritty, but you're from Canada. You've been here a little while, and you're actually seeking in the process of citizenship, right?
Yep.
And when does that take place?
I think it's 41 days I apply now. In
Really?
September I apply. Yep.
That's cool.
And then I've been told it's 2 to 3 months. I don't know though.
Oh,
We'll
until
see.
they process everything.
Yeah,
or
and I
whatever.
have to take the exam, and
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
so I need to get studying.
yeah, I get studying. I'll give you all the answers. Kidding.
I've tested my coworkers, and nobody knew.
Yeah,
much.
everyone's gonna fail. Don't give me that. I'll look dumb. I'll look
Yeah.
dumb if you give me that test.
I
But
should have brought it. Could have
that'll
tested you on here.
That'll be a whole other podcast. Yeah, I'll get online and I'll look it up first.
You
Give me
can
some
study.
time. I'll study.
It's 100 questions,
Oh my god!
and then I think they asked me like 6 or 8.
I barely made it out of high school.
Same. At least I learned some American history in school.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps me, but I hated history, so
I just hated school.
well, they had that too.
So
But history was the worst.
So let's talk about it. So how did you end up here? Why did you decide you wanted to stay here and become a citizen, which is phenomenal? And then maybe talk a little bit about your firearms and what you knew about them up there. Had you ever messed with them up there? what your family and friends thought, and you love them now. I would imagine.
I do.
So yeah, let's hear all about that. You
Still
just
learning about them.
You just tell a story, and if I got some snarky comments, I'll throw them out there.
Throw them in. So there was just a random Vegas trip that one of my girlfriends back home and I decided to go on.
Okay.
We wanted to go for our birthdays. So we just randomly booked a trip to Vegas. It was a 5-night thing. Our last night, we're like, I don't know, can't go out. 5 nights in Vegas is a lot.
Yeah.
But we're like, well, you know what? We're in Vegas, so let's just do it. We ended up getting a little bottle of alcohol, which in Canada we call as a Mickey.
I love this. Okay. I love all the Canadian terms we can get today.
Oh, there's a lot coming. So we bought a Mickey, and we just went shot for shot in our hotel room.
Yeah.
Because we had to get going. We were exhausted.
Yeah.
And then everywhere was closed for whatever reason that night. But we ended up at Coyote Ugly.
Okay.
So we hung out there for a bit. We left. Everything was closed. So then we went to Walgreens and bought a bottle of wine each.
Because you weren't done. Why be done?
Yeah, it was our last night in Vegas. So we each bought a bottle of wine. We ended up on one of the overpasses. And being one of the friendly Canadians that I am,
yeah.
I decided to share wine with one of the homeless people.
Oh, my God.
And, and that's when Jason walked by and we looked at each other. Jason's my husband. When we looked at each other, I guess I gave him a look and he started talking to us.
And you felt like you needed to hang out because you needed to protect you from this homeless person.
Well, I don't know. I don't really remember that part. But and then we started hanging out with his friend Dylan that he came with. And a month and a half later, I flew to California. That's where he's originally from.
Gotcha.
And then a year and a half later, I moved.
There you go.
Now we're in Idaho because California sucks.
and no looking back.
No looking back.
No looking back.
This feels more like home to me
Okay.
because I'm from Saskatchewan, so it's all farming and fields.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of like here.
Gotcha.
California is way too busy.
California is California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't made for it.
Yeah, not me. Way too many
Jason was
people.
born there, and he's not Californian.
Most of the people that come over here from not all of them, most of them come over from California, leave California because they don't like California and they want to do the right thing and they want to get where they feel more free. And
Yeah.
then there's a handful on the other side that come up here just because they can bring a lot of money up here and get a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's true too. But it's not as cheap as I thought it would be. It's cheaper than California,
Right.
but
Well,
not as much as I thought.
Yeah, well, the housing prices and stuff.
Yeah.
We can get it. This could turn into
a whole thing.
Political show. But the reason why the housing prices are high, and I'm not picking on people from California, but
Yeah.
they sell out down there. They bring all this money up here. And the houses are cheaper than down there, and so then they're able to cash offer these houses,
Mm-hmm.
which keeps the housing prices high.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's kind of the way that works. Mm-hmm. But I don't keep them high. So when I'm ready to sell, I can make some money.
Yeah, you will for sure.
I'm
Especially
hoping.
this area.
I'm hoping. I don't know when I'm selling, but
Let me know.
I think about it every other week.
Yeah, we've talked about buying, but we'll see where my job takes me.
Yeah.
I don't know where to apply or anything yet.
Twin Falls.
I don't know. I can't decide if I want PD or county.
Oh, county.
You think?
County. Maybe.
So county, I was told you have to start in the jails first for 2 years, and then
Probably.
you go to patrol.
Probably.
Whereas PD, you could just go straight to patrol.
So if you did PD from there, could you move over to the county and skip the jail?
That's a good question.
Because you've had experience?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that. Never thought of it.
Okay. Just wondering. Anyhow, did you have any experience or any experiences with firearms when you were in Canada? Because their laws are crazy over there.
None. I don't even think I ever saw a gun.
Gotcha.
I don't really know what the laws are right now. I think you're only allowed
Dude, they
hunting.
just outlawed so many of them a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I think, without getting political, I think it was Trudeau who
Yeah, it was
made
Trudeau.
these laws. Yeah. But yeah, you're not allowed anything unless it's for hunting.
Right.
And I think if you have some in your house, they have to be locked and unloaded.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Don't
Right.
quote me on
Okay,
this. But
I won't ask you. I won't get into the nitty gritty details then. But yeah, so we just know they're kind of crazy.
very.
Okay. So maybe that'll change and they become the 51st state. I'm kidding.
I doubt it, but
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think Alberta wants to be, but
Yeah. Yeah. So when you moved down here, did your husband was he into guns?
Yeah, so him and all his friends are into guns.
Sure.
We have one friend, he's a farmer, so he's carrying every day.
Nice.
Our other best friend, he's actually a sergeant now, so he is obviously into them.
Gotcha.
So then they took me shooting my first time.
What is the first thing you shot?
I don't even know.
A rifle, a handgun?
A handgun.
And what did you think?
I loved it. I wanted to go again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And I actually hit the target.
Because you had no bad habits.
Is that why?
Why? I mean,
Well, I don't know.
you're not going to flinch. You have no reason to flinch if you've never shot a gun before.
Well, I flinch now.
Well, we work into it.
Yeah.
But so that was it, huh?
Yep.
Now, as obviously, this is a dumb question because you own some, but can you go out and purchase a gun right now since you're not a citizen?
Yes.
You can. Is there extra paperwork, or you just fill out the form a little different, or what?
I'm not sure because I have the permit that I got through you, and they did an immigration background check. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if I don't know how that works.
So when you go back to Canada to visit, I got all kinds of questions. So when you go back to Canada, I don't leave my house, let alone the country. So when you go to Canada to visit, can they pull that up and say, well, she's applied for a concealed carry permit in the States, and then look at you and go, do you have any guns on you?
I don't know if they can pull that up, but last time I did go to Canada, I drove through the border and they asked me if I owned any. And then they'll ask if I have it on me or any ammo or anything. So they did ask if I owned any and what I owned.
Gotcha. That's interesting enough.
Just
I
make
didn't
sure
know.
you don't cross the border with one.
I don't plan on going across the border. The only reason that I would ever even think of going into Canada, I've been to Canada long time. I was a kid. But I would think about actually driving into Canada was because someday I want to go up and I want to go to Alaska and I want to drive the Alcan.
Alaska would be so pretty.
I want to drive the Alcan, and you have to go through Canada to do so.
So my husband Jason, actually with his friend years ago, like before me, they drove up to Alaska.
Oh,
so
nice.
they drove through Canada.
And that'd be weird though, going that far with like no gun.
That's what a lot of Americans tell me.
Yeah,
I used to have a professor. He said, so he goes to Montana every summer. And he said he wants to go to Canada, but he could not fathom going without a gun. Which this was when I first moved to the U.S., so that to me sounded crazy.
Yeah. So I just went to Oregon for like 4 or 5 days, and I didn't take a gun. The state doesn't. It's a whole mess. So I just don't take one. I want to live my life and enjoy my life, and I'd probably do the same thing if I went on the Alcan. But it's just such a lot further trip, and you're in the freaking bear country, like way up.
That's what
there.
everyone says. And we used to go. My dad used to take me camping for 2 weeks at a time every summer, or go hiking.
And you're like, we didn't need a gun.
Didn't even cross my mind.
All you got to do is hit whoever you're with in the knee with a stick. And so you're faster than them all of a sudden. People always ask the right caliber for a bear. You know, and people, 44 mag. I always tell everyone, 22. You just got to shoot your buddy in the knee. That's all you got to do.
You're a poor buddy.
That's what I don't have any buddies. So what was that like wrapping your mind around? I mean, you shot a gun and you liked it. Did all of a sudden you're like, wow, I see why everyone carries? Or did you know that a ton of people carry guns? And how did you wrap your mind around that since you didn't grow up like that?
It took a long time. So when I first went to visit in California, Jason and Dylan both carried.
Yeah.
Well, Dylan still carries all the time, but just seeing that, I was like, oh my God, they're carrying a gun. It's kind of scary.
Like, did you look at them, even though you knew it was legal, did you look at them and in your mind go, like, that can't be legal?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like, it felt like they were doing something wrong.
Yes. And
you-
it just felt,
You a member of a gang?
it felt weird. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, there's a gun right there.
Right.
Or they'd, I don't know, go in the house and pull it out and just put it on the table. And I'm like, holy crap, this is scary.
Did your, like, heart rate increase a little
Yeah.
bit? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's wild.
It took me a long time to get used to that. And then we went shooting. And I was like, okay. So shooting, I would go, like we've gone a few times, but I feel like I'm still getting used to seeing people carry. It's still
Sure.
weird to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting there. Obviously, I have my permit
You have your
now,
permit, but you obviously don't carry it.
No, I don't
Right.
yet.
So let me ask you this. So growing up in Canada, you just weren't around guns, right? I get
Not
that.
at all.
So when you went to California and you saw that, Were you just like, wow, I can't fathom, I can't get used to the fact that you carry a gun? That's wild to me. Or was it, and I don't know, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, or did you grow up hearing how bad they were? And was that affecting the way you thought of them? You know, like, oh, that's bad, you shouldn't do that, that's scary, or was it just that's odd and weird and I'm not used to it?
I think it was more that it's just a wild thought and weird. Because I don't want to say I was ever scared of them.
Sure. I just wasn't sure
But-
what kind of I don't know what I'm not Canadian. I don't know what they say.
No, I wasn't raised that like guns are bad or anything, but it was very much like guns are scary. That's
Right.
crazy that you're carrying it. Why do you need it? Was a big thing.
That's exactly the next
like
question.
that was my biggest thing. Why do you really need this? Well, then, so I just hanging out with Jason and Dylan a lot, and like I said, Dylan's a farmer and he farms at night sometimes.
Sure.
Well, now it makes sense that he needs to protect himself.
Sure.
Back then, that wasn't a thought.
Right.
But
you
especially
understand now.
I get it. Yeah. And especially after working in dispatch there,
Yeah.
hearing everything that goes on that you wouldn't normally hear about, I'm like, okay, this makes more sense.
I
now.
understand it
Yeah.
now. So
Especially the types of crime that, for the calls I took, it makes sense.
let me ask you this. So looking back now on Canada, and I don't know exactly where you grew up or the type of town or whatever, just overall Canada, you got enough of an overview of it. Do you see that would be beneficial for the people up there to carry guns?
Back then, so like 10 years ago, no. Because they're really, like, the worst crime you'd get is drugs.
Sure.
Now, after going back last month and the month before that, I think it would be beneficial. I did not feel safe there whatsoever. It has
Really?
changed so much. The homeless population is going up. Everything's
Right.
going up. There's security guards at the coffee shops.
Really?
And it was not like that when I was growing
That's
up.
kind of wild.
Yeah, at Tim Hortons.
I've never been to Tim Hortons.
Well, you need to. This is my favorite.
I have to go to freaking
But I
Canada.
opened the door and there's a security guard right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it look like
All
he knew,
day.
Did it look like he knew what he was doing?
No. Nothing.
They-
Walmart had 2, and I watched this one girl walk in, and she was high on something, talking to herself and like running around.
Did they do anything about it?
No, they put their hands up because she went after them.
So this is funny because
So,
these
like-
are security guards, but they don't even have guns.
They don't know.
Well, they got big sticks.
I didn't look. I mean, they need something, right? I don't know. These 2 had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah.
So I think the only people that have guns there are police and military, I think.
Right.
But yeah, the security guards had nothing.
That's wild.
It didn't even look like they had training.
So it's been kind of a big, like a mind shift.
Yes.
Yes.
But the country has also changed a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, just coming down here though, your brain. So the people up there now the people who lived there when you were first there, and then this might be just guessing for you, I don't know. And then you went back, and you still know people that are up there. Do they see how bad it is and think maybe we need to protect ourselves? Do
I've
they
never
feel
heard
like
somebody say that.
really? Is it
I'm
because
kinda-
it's never been an option?
Maybe. Just because it's always been illegal. I
Right,
don't know.
Right.
But I also don't know if they realize how bad it's gotten. Because I was gone for a bit, came back, and stayed for a couple weeks.
It's kind of like the frog that's put into the pot of boiling
Yeah.
water. They just turn it up slowly.
Yep. And I don't know if they don't realize how bad it's getting. But like I didn't feel safe leaving my car parked on the street.
Gotcha.
It was scary.
That was scary.
Once the sun went down, I was not going outside.
Really? That bad?
Yep.
Well, wow.
This is all based on one city where I grew up.
Sure.
So, I mean, the rest of Canada, I don't know.
Gotcha.
The bigger cities are going to be probably just as bad, but
Oh, yeah, I would think so.
this one's like a medium-sized city, so
Well, I mean,
I don't
it's honestly, it's everywhere. It's even down here in the States now. I mean, I go over to Oregon, people are going to say, well, you see it in Bend, you see it in Portland, and you do. It's there. But it was wild because just randomly out on this little highway outside of Vail, Oregon, which is just across the border from Idaho. You're out in the middle of nowhere, and it was there. The last 2 times I've been that way, it was there too. There's some guy right on the side of the road that has put a bunch of tarps and bags, and it's like right off the road. Like we're talking feet.
he just decided to camp there.
That's where he lives.
He just lives there. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's wild. I'm like, how is this guy still here?
How do you not get hit?
And he's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I never see a vehicle there.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. It's crazy. But so when you shot your first gun, you shoot it a bunch, once, twice. Did you
bunch.
like give me more freaking ammo?
Yeah.
Like I want to do this some more.
Yeah, but like I didn't know a thing. I didn't know how to get the mag out. I didn't know
Sure.
how to load it. I didn't know anything. So Jason and Dylan were both showing me how. And
Gotcha.
It took a while.
That's okay. So was that back in the time of like Instagram and all that?
Yeah, I have a picture.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So you put that up on social media?
I did.
And what was the feedback from your friends and family back in Canada?
Oh, they freaked. I remember my mom being like, "You're shooting guns." She was terrified.
Sure.
Dad doesn't like guns. My families don't like guns. My friends are a couple friends are kind of intrigued. Like they'll ask me questions about it.
Yeah.
More so now though. More so
Gotcha.
now that I'm in your class and actually taking it seriously.
Right.
Not
Instead of
just
going out
shooting here and there.
Mag dumps into an old
Yeah.
refrigerator out in the
But people would just joke around and saying I'm so American.
You're so American.
And of course my husband would be proud of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that's it's always interesting to see what your friends and fans. So you post pictures now. Do they still freak out?
Yeah.
Really?
Especially videos. I haven't. One of my aunties, she'll be scrolling Facebook and she says she'll see the video.
Yeah.
And she just has to keep scrolling because it scares
It
her.
makes you nervous.
Yeah.
It's just wild. It makes you wonder if they've been taught bad things about guns or just haven't been around them, so they're nervous.
I think just haven't been around them, and then they don't hear anything positive.
because you get to a point. Well, yeah, because I'm going to still call it your country because
Yeah.
you're still Canadian. So your country took them away, banned
Yep.
a whole bunch of them,
Yep.
and so they want everyone to think that they're bad.
And they're making it sound bad.
Why do you think? I mean, I got my own reasons and beliefs. Why do you think that they want the guns over there? Why do you think they want to outlaw the guns up there? What's the overall feeling you got from it? Did they just preach to you they were bad all the time, or is it because they like to do crazy shit?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if it's a control thing. I don't
They're
know.
loyal to the crown.
I really, yeah. I have no idea.
Okay.
I think, so when, like I said, when I grew up, it didn't feel like there was a need for them.
Right.
Now is completely different.
Different.
So I actually would like to ask a few Canadians and see what they think now. But yeah, I have no idea.
What do you think? And this is, you can just keep answering. I have no idea. Talk, because these are just random thoughts coming to my head.
If I have an idea, I'll tell you.
So you said you've been back and it was just like wild. It was like it was kind of scary. What do you think caused that? Just the state of the politics and everything else, or do you think it was? And it's just me throwing thoughts out there, random thoughts. Since they came and they banned all those guns, I said you can't have this, and this, and they really cut back on a bunch of stuff that you could even have before that. Do you think that it allowed crime and that kind of stuff to become a little more rampant because the guns were gone?
That's another good question.
You didn't know you would be grilled like this, did you?
No, I didn't. I
And
was not prepared for this.
It's okay. I wasn't prepared to ask it.
I hate to say this because I'm an immigrant myself,
Sure.
but immigration has
We're all immigrants, by the way.
skyrocketed. Yes,
Just so you know, we're all immigrants.
we are. I'm especially one. I'm not even a citizen yet, but immigration has skyrocketed up there,
Sure.
and without going through the entire process, like a lot of people were just let in. Not saying all of them are bad whatsoever.
Sure.
But because of the higher population now, the crimes are higher, and now we're here.
and more less for jobs. People are desperate.
Yes.
People turn to
Yep.
drugs. They sell the drugs. They need the drugs to feed their habit. So then
And Canada's gotten so freaking expensive that
Yeah, no one can
poverty
survive.
is insane. Nobody can
the
survive there right
average
now.
guy that maybe wasn't in poverty 10 years ago is now in poverty.
Yeah. I went grocery shopping and a pack of strawberries was $13.
Holy cow.
Yes, that's Canadian, but okay, so $10. That's still a lot.
10 loonies.
Loonies.
Toonies.
Loonies or toonies.
That's ironic that we had a cartoon called Looney Tunes.
So did we.
Yeah,
we watched it.
It was the same one.
Yeah.
But Looney, never mind.
Hey, it works.
It works. So that's a pretty good assumption. If you think, here, all the people coming in that came in illegally for such a long time, right? They could get in here, right? They could get paid. They could bring their crime and their gangs and their stuff up here, and it just like they probably kept going to Canada too. I'm sure.
I mean, who knows? But I have a family member who's actually an immigration officer.
Yeah.
And the stuff that he's told me, like, he can't tell me everything, obviously, but everything that he has to go through to prove that somebody's a terrorist or something like that, it's very hard for him to get approved to kick them out. And they're already in the country.
Right.
So it's his job to prove that they're in Canada for these reasons and to prove that they're terrorists and part of these gangs. But the process they have to go through to get them out of the country is insane.
Really?
Yes. So that's not helping the crimes either, obviously.
Right. That's wild. So, I don't even know what to say about that.
It's scary.
It is.
And if it's happening in Canada, it's happening everywhere.
So let me ask this question. What do your friends and family think of you becoming a U.S. citizen?
They think it's cool.
They think it's cool?
Yeah.
None of them went like, oh, you're betraying your roots.
No, because I'm keeping my Canadian citizenship. I'll have dual citizenship.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm not giving up my Canadian.
They're really going to look at you and you go back across the border again.
Uh-huh. They're going to think I'm weird.
Like hard.
Yeah.
Where's your guns?
Probably. They did that last time when I showed them my green card.
I'm sure it's got to be stated. It's got to be on there somewhere. They've got to be able
With
to
my
see.
permit?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Probably.
I would imagine, because that's an even more in-depth background check they do to get your permit than they do for you to actually purchase a gun. That's why that one can take the place. So if it's that in-depth, it's got to be attached. It has to be. There's got to be.
It's got to pop up at
there's
some
got to
point.
be because they go through everything. I had a buddy of mine went up there to go fishing, and he drove a truck that liked to break down a lot. So his nephew said, "Hey, I take my little like Toyota Camry up there. Right, it gets better gas mileage, it's more dependable." And so he goes, "Oh, that's awesome, thank you." Right. So he was going to be up there. My buddy's going to be up there for like 2 weeks just fishing by himself.
Do you know where?
I don't know exactly where, but he headed up there, and so he had tons of like fishing lures and all this stuff. He goes, "Man, they grilled me." He goes, "First of all, first red flag, I don't own the car."
Is his name on the...
No, because he borrowed it from a buddy.
Yeah.
He goes, so they climbed
they're gonna
all
grill you
over
on
me
that.
for that. And then they said, "We're going to look through your vehicle." He's like, "Okay, is there anything in here that you're not supposed to have?" And he goes, "Not that I know of. Feel free, whatever. I'll just wait over here." And they opened it up, saw all his fishing. And this guy loves buying fishing tackle. And he's going to be there for 2 weeks, right? And so he had all this fishing. Sir, you coming here to resell this? Like, yeah, they hit him up on that. And then when they're going through that, they've emptied his entire truck. Guess what they found in there?
What?
An empty 5.56 shell. So an empty AR shell for a round that goes in an AR-15. Oh, he goes, "I was there for hours."
Yeah, they don't mess around with
He's
that.
like, it was because it wasn't even loaded, Todd. It was an empty case.
Uh-huh.
He goes, I thought I was going to prison. He goes, I thought I was.
And then obviously he was let go.
Yeah, they let him through. They kind of grilled him, and he says they were on the computers and they were having meetings with each other, and they were just over
Meetings,
there.
oh my God.
Yeah, like they had to call in a supervisor, and he said they're all looking on their computer. He's, I don't know what they're looking at, but I think they probably know exactly what time I was born. I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah, they don't mess around.
yeah.
I remember when I was younger, me and my dad were coming to the U.S. I think we were going to like South Dakota, maybe go camping and check everything out.
Sure.
So he had his truck full of camping gear, and they took everything out, and that was coming to the U.S.
Yeah.
Either side, they just don't mess around. They
Yeah.
check everything.
Well, that's good and bad,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
It's annoying, but they kind of have to.
yeah. I mean, we wish they did that where on the southern border.
was waiting for that.
They do at points, but we
Yeah.
wish they would do it more, right?
Yeah.
So anyhow, let's get back to guns.
Okay.
So your goal is you want to become law enforcement.
I do.
Why do you want to? Why do you? Well, I mean, that's cool. That's everyone's got what they want to do. Why? What made that an interest to you?
So the friend that I mentioned, he's a sergeant in California. He started out as a probation officer, and he was on call one weekend we were hanging out. So he was kind of showing me like what he does and stuff, and he was saying that there's a lot more females in the field than people realize. And then he was
Right.
talking about the different fields you can go, the different branches you can go down. So then I started thinking about it, and I was looking for what to take in school because I was going to move here with a student visa, the
Right.
F1 visa. So that's how I ended up taking forensic behavioral science. And once I got that degree, it was a 4-year degree, I became a dispatcher at the sheriff's office. And just going on ride-alongs with them kind of got me more intrigued. And then we moved here. I was going to do dispatch when we moved here. I did the 2-month hiring process. And at the end, they realized I had to be a citizen.
Oh, it sucks.
But I think it's kind of a blessing in disguise because now I get to choose if I want to be a deputy or an officer now. I'm not going to go the dispatch route again.
Sure.
I didn't love it. I mean, if that's my only option, I'll do it.
Would have been open, a door, a way in.
It would have been a foot in the door and
Yeah.
just to get my name out there. But I don't know. It's such an... I'm
That's
just
cool.
intrigued by it. I just want to do it. Yeah.
Awesome. So you haven't decided. I mean, it may not even be here, but you haven't decided if you want to do city or county.
No, I don't know yet. It kind of depends on the types of calls too.
Right.
And I mean,
If I were to do it, which I won't, they wouldn't want me anyhow. But if I were to do it, I would want to be county. I don't know anything about it because I'd want to be a range deputy.
okay. Yeah.
Because I used to be, maybe I told you this, I don't know, this is a long time ago, I was on Twin Falls County Search and Rescue. And so I worked with a lot of, in fact, the guy that you talked to get your permit, like,
Oh, yes.
he was just coming on, I think, as a new range deputy.
He was cool.
Yeah, Mike Wiggins, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I worked with a lot of those guys, and so I kind of, I love the desert way out there, and they patrol the South Hills.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool, right? They work like almost hand in hand, like with the fish and game, and that was another route I almost actually went was
Fish and
fish and game.
Yeah.
Long time ago. That was a long time. I'm old.
I also just think this world needs more, and I'm not trying to do the whole gender thing, but I
No, you're
think
fine.
that law enforcement needs more females just
Sure.
because there's just such a negative outlook with them. And I think females have a different way of,
Dealing with things.
yeah,
Different way.
not to compare, but
Well,
I think that there is a difference. And especially now that I'm working with, so right now I'm working with kids with like autism or ADHD or,
Sure.
all of that stuff. I think that experience with that helps being in the field because there's a lot more than people realize. There's a lot more people diagnosed with it.
Well, there is. Yeah, there is. There is. I look at just even teaching women to shoot versus men. Women are way more teachable. I mean, they are. That
kind of surprises me though.
So
I don't know why.
it's a guy having another guy tell him how to shoot or what he's doing
Yeah.
wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And they don't like that. I mean, some of them are very open to. Some of them are like, I know better than you. And I'm like, why'd you pay to be here then?
Yeah.
But also women process things differently, and actually I have to teach women a lot differently than I do men. It's a whole.
How so?
It's hard to explain. It took me. So someone told me that at the very beginning. I took some classes with like some like online or some like other firearms instructors, and they were saying you're gonna have to teach women a lot different. You just got to get in there. You just can't yell and holler. Not that I yell and holler anyway, but women, they're almost easier because I can tell you the fundamentals. Okay, you're gonna look at me and say, well, how do I get the bullet in the bullseye, right? And I'm gonna say you need to do this, 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 and this. And when a woman goes to shoot, I can see them going down the checklist in their brain.
That makes sense.
And it's the way they process things, the way they're very careful. They want details, and they typically want, and I like this part because I like to explain, like they want to know why.
Yeah.
So they can put it all together. Where I could tell a guy do this, and he's like, I'm like, well, you just about made yourself bleed. Like what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's how great grandpa, and my dad taught me how to do this, and that's the only way. I'm like, well, they taught you wrong. They didn't know correct either.
So is it more that they learned more bad habits before they came to you?
That too, but women process stuff way different. It's wild to watch them. In fact, this will maybe surprise you if I haven't told you this already. Usually I tell the groups this. in all the stuff I've ever done, women typically, like if I have a permit class, I used to do a bullseye competition at the end of permit classes. Everyone got 2 rounds. They got a clean bullseye target, and the closest one to the bullseye won. You know, and I want to tell you, probably 80% of the time, it was a woman.
Really?
That won, and a good chunk of that, it was usually the woman who had never shot before.
Interesting.
It was wild. They had my wife has a friend. She moved from Maryland, hated guns, never wanted to be around guns. She lived here for years. Finally, she's like, okay, I married this Idaho guy. Like, he likes to shoot. Like, I probably
start.
I don't necessarily. She goes, I don't necessarily want to shoot, but I need to learn about guns. You know, because he likes them or whatever. So she showed up. And I went down that process with her. And I had like 25 people in that class. And she won the whole thing. She had never shot at all till she shot her first 98 rounds in that class. And the last 2 rounds was at the bullseye target. And she beat, you know, I go around the class. You've taken the class. I go around the permit class to say, what's your story? What's your history with guns? Oh, I've been shooting for 30 years. I've been shooting for 40 years. She's like, I've never picked up a gun a day in my life. In fact, Todd, I'm going to shoot one of yours today. Yeah. She'd never even handled one.
Wow.
And she outshot those guys that have been shooting 30 or 40 years.
What'd they say?
They were impressed. I mean, they always are. Like, no one's ever left. I've never had any hard feelings. But it's just wild to me. It's because you guys are more precise. And I think when it comes to men, I think that they like to pick up guns and they just like to manhandle them. And they like to try and muscle through everything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Where you guys pick up a gun and you're going to really...
We're like thinking about everything we do.
Thinking about it. You're going to handle it really well. You're going to focus. Okay, do I need to move my finger like this to make the gun fire correctly? And they're just like, jam that big old finger.
They just grab it and go.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And you have to learn how to slow them down. And it's a process. Like, it is a process. Now, I'm not saying all women are like this. Some women, I've had women in here that are just like, I know better than you. Anyhow, it's a whole other thing. But then again, it's like, why did you pay to be here?
Yeah.
I'll take your money all day. And if you just want to shoot with me just standing there watching you, I'll do that all day too.
Yeah.
But so anyhow, I thought they'd throw that out there. So back to, you talked about, you thought women would have a different aspect on dealing with people in the law enforcement. I think you're correct.
I just want to make a difference, and I think I could in that route.
Yeah.
And I'm more intrigued with that than I am at the job I'm at right now.
Yeah. Gotcha.
The job I'm at right now is not for me, but I think it's helping me. I think it's helping me for law enforcement.
No jobs are for me.
No, not even this one.
No, I like this one. I can't be told what to. Well, I can be told what to do. I don't like to be told what to do.
See, I don't. That doesn't bother me. Even in dispatch, like going through training, you have your trainer. They're telling you what to do. Your supervisors. I don't know.
I can be told what to do. It's I rework because I'm a damn good employee. Like, I'll be the best employee you've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, I just will. I'll do my job. Leave me alone. I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's when they come in and they want to micromanage.
Yeah, the micromanaging.
It's like, I've proved that I can do this job and I can do it better than my first year. And this has actually happened at one of my jobs. There's a guy listening right now, this Tarver. He's listening. He'll understand because I used to work with him. In fact, I quit that to do this. But I will be the best one out of 50 other guys, 30 other people. On my first year there, my rookie year. And they still want to mess with you. And I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I guess that's a positive thing in dispatch when I was working there is if you're doing your job good, they leave you be.
Well, that's not an easy job.
It's way harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, stressful too, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Can you talk about anything that you did at dispatch as far as like any of the calls? Like, do you get some crazy calls?
There's some crazy ones.
Like, you're just trying to get police on the way. You're trying to calm down someone on the phone. And then you hear stuff happening and you're going, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't get into it, that's fine.
No, I can. I mean, without naming anything. But it's kind of hard, though, because you have to compartmentalize.
Sure.
So when people ask me what types of calls I've taken, I really have to think. Because once I'd be on the phone, once you hang up that phone, out of sight, out of mind, it's done.
You have to shut it off.
You have to shut it off. Next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but in our dispatch center, there was dispatchers and then there was call takers. I was a dispatcher, so my job was to get help there.
Okay.
Now we're always short staffed, so then dispatchers were kind of like we'd have to answer the calls if there was nobody else available.
Sure.
That was the hardest part about the job, though, I think, is doing both. But if you were on a 911 call and it was in your jurisdiction, in your part of the county, then that kind of helped, because then you could ask the questions to the callers with whatever the deputies needed to know, like anything specific. So that kind of helped. But yeah, when you have a shitty call taker, it's not easy.
Yeah. So did you have to have you have any like kids that were like terrified call you and you're
I had
you're
one.
just trying to keep calm yourself?
Yeah, I had one day that it was the mom that called, and she said that the dad was kidnapping her kids and this and that, and it was just this big ordeal. But I had a gut feeling that she just wasn't being legit.
Right.
But obviously we sent deputies anyway, and the help went. Well, the next day I got the son on the phone, and he's freaking out. Him and his little brother were running away from the dad, screaming, crying, and then all of a sudden they're whispering because they're hiding from him.
Oh my god!
And that was when it was like holy shit, this is like a movie thing.
Yeah.
That one was really hard to keep my voice steady and then send help on the way at the same time, and then trying to explain where the kids were, and then the grandma got involved. It was just this big ordeal because the dad was chasing them. Come to find out, it was all a lie. The mom had the kids brainwashed, saying that the dad was a piece of...
She's pretty much, let's try this again the next day.
Yeah. But thank God our sergeant caught on, and I don't know what happened. That's the hardest part of dispatch. We don't know the end of it.
Yeah.
That was a hard one, though. Another one was the dad got home and he found his daughter and wife hanging, and they both left a note.
Oh my gosh.
That was a weird one and kind of eerie because his voice was so like chill. Like, when you're
and
so in shock.
You're wondering, did you really find them or did you?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I was like, there's something weird with this. And then everyone reacts differently.
Was
you
he just
never
in
know.
shock,
I think
maybe?
he was just in shock from the last thing I heard. Yeah. He was just in shock.
That was PTSD
weird.
from that shit?
I don't know.
That's wild.
I'm sure there's a lot more that'll come into my brain, but
I used to play. I don't anymore. For years, I played some 911 calls in my class, and it was to prove, hey, what happened? This is why you need a gun. And there was this. I'll have to find. I think I have the old PowerPoint somewhere, but it was a 911 call. This lady calls in, and she's like, "I'm home by myself. I'm in my room. Like someone is. Was it? She in her room? No, she was." Maybe in her living room. I'm not sure. Someone's trying to get into my house. I see him. He's trying to get into my... And you hear boom, boom, boom. Someone's trying to get in. She's like, I got a gun. And the dispatcher's like, you got a gun. Don't... Just, ma'am, we got people on the way.
Yeah.
Just don't let him in. Don't let him in. I got a gun. And so she's like, go to a room. So this lady went to the room where she could still see the sliding glass door.
yeah.
And she kind of left the door open and said, go to that room, get in the back corner of it. She's like, I'm going to use my gun. He breaks that door down. Breaks that window. I'm using my gun. Ma'am, just calm down. They said, ma'am, just calm down. People are on the way. All of a sudden you hear, and you hear boom, boom,
Oh,
boom.
no.
And she's like, you better get someone here. I just shot him. Dude, it's wild.
Oh, man.
I get chills just talking about it. And everyone in the class, I get everyone's attention really quick in
I'm
class.
sure. Because people don't realize the extent that things happen.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
Yeah.
The most frustrating ones, though, are when it's a girlfriend and a boyfriend driving down a road, domestic violence situation. There was one, I was on the phone with her. Well, kind of on the phone with her. She called 911, but never said anything. She just left it on speaker kind of thing, so we could hear the fight in the background.
Sure.
And then because we have the GPS, we
Track
could see
them.
where they were, and
Yeah.
eventually found them. It was this big ordeal, and then she wouldn't leave them. She wouldn't let them go. So off they went by themselves after an hour.
Sounds like that one gal.
It's like,
it was in
why?
It was in Utah that got killed by her boyfriend. Was it last year? That Petito.
Oh yeah, Gabby Petito.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
followed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got pulled over,
Yeah.
and we watched the body cam from that.
Yeah.
Granted, there's always more to it than they show, but
Well, sure.
still,
Yeah. It's wild.
yeah, there's a lot.
Well, I want to say thanks for coming in. We've been
You're
in here
welcome.
for about an hour, so
Has it been that long?
It has been that long.
Wow.
Dude, I can go an hour on here. With myself, it's like 20 minutes if we're lucky. because I talk.
Well, you probably run out of things to say.
I talk really fast, and
Yeah.
no one is talking back. No one is disagreeing with me. Is the problem?
There you go.
I need some dissenting voices.
I could disagree.
I know you can. So, let's do this. And I don't know exactly when. This is just for you and for the listeners. I think we've talked about it ahead of time. I think I'd like to have you back again, and
Okay.
there's more we can talk about if you're willing.
I'm
I
down.
really want to get into your experience as far as like taking the women's class and what you think and that kind of stuff.
I think it sucks.
Good.
I'm just
Don't come
kidding.
back. You're not invited next year.
I'll come back.
You thought it sucked until you got the platypus.
No, I never thought it sucked,
in your
but it got
hands.
better with the platypus.
It did. That's the cheat code gun right there. As a cheat code gun. So, for all you listeners, I appreciate you listening. Share this with your family. Share this with your friends. Share this on social media. Lisa, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And I don't know when you'll be back. I know you got some vacation stuff happening, and I've got some races and some different things happening. So we'll pick this up again maybe in 2 or 3 weeks.
Sounds good.
We'll have you on for a few more. Maybe you'll be a regular.
Oh,
It's
God.
just like, nope, can't do that, Todd. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.